Good morning, viewers. This is today's show, GMA News, bringing you the latest and most recent topics in the U.S. Today's discussion is going to be about immigration and the Agriculture Omnibus Bill. For this, we bring in and go live with AFL-CIO Program Director, Ms. Woodrow. Good morning. Hello, yes, and good morning to all of America. This bill has created such attraction and just immigration on itself in the U.S. It is not a topic that is not known. This immigration and labor and all of this is just really hot right now in the U.S. A bill has been passed and so much attention has been given to immigrants and the illegal ways that some of them are handling this is basically this bill allows that immigrants that work illegally, seek jobs illegally here, and live illegally without any papers be punished by law. They will be detained and deported. Equally as it's going, people that help them by knowingly know that they are immigrants, illegal aliens, and giving them employment and housing and helping them will also be punished. Such punishments can be fines that go up to 1,000 per violation. And this is the basic of the bill. Back to you, GMA News. Thank you, Ms. Woodrow, for explaining the basics of this immigration law. This bill has been very controversial in these days as it puts immigrants in a very tight spot. Some people think that this bill will be perfect for immigrants and will actually help them in the long run. Yet, everyone knows that immigrants do so much for this economy, especially for their cheap and mostly known for exploited labor. This insane. They get punished and mostly abused in their work, yet they're the ones getting deported and everything for helping and thriving on this economy unjustly. This bill is very controversial for saying that will it actually help these immigrants or will it just put them in a more vulnerable position? We go live with an interview of trying to see what others think about this bill. We're on air. Texas, a Texan senator, feel as though this bill will help in ensuring that we get citizens their respectful jobs, native-born citizens, and so people that are illegally here and doing illegal activity won't get these jobs from hard-working citizens that deserve and is their right to be having these jobs in the first place. It will also help these immigrants that come for jobs not be put in situations where they're abused for their labor and not be exploited, so they will be able to get rights. So the workers in lower classes will be able to get rights, working rights. Illegal immigrants are put in a vulnerable position where they really can't afford to be able to get working rights when they're not a citizen themselves. It will also be lowering the poverty rate of the U.S. in total without illegal immigrants coming here looking for a better life just for them to be working and being exploited into poverty and being held there. Thank you very much for the input. Now let's go to someone who believes the bill should be vetoed and that it's not justifiable for these immigrants and the reason why it shouldn't be passed. You're on air. I personally feel as though this bill should not be passed. The reasons following is that although they may help the justice and immigration system by lowering immigrants and not coming here by preventative measures, the immigrants already here will be suffering much more. This bill that basically enforces laws and gets them deported will just make immigrants harder to find and harder to help. The reason why they come here is for a better life, and if the ones already here are struggling just to find that life and still equally being exploited, this bill just goes that it's just scaring these people and not helping them and not helping America in the long run. It will just weaken the immigration system for that. It will be that organizations such as ICE will gain more power, and it has been shown that ICE is not a very good organization, federal law organization, as it could be seen with these days, and how are they how they're handling these people, these immigrants, these illegal aliens that just seek refuge and a better life. If we're seeing that this bill passes, it would just give them more power for their ways, and their ways are known to be just ruthless and cruel. Therefore, it will just not help the immigration system. These aliens that are just looking for help, illegal aliens are looking for help, and in the long run, people don't want to do these aliens' jobs, these illegal aliens' jobs. It's cheap and exploitable work for a reason. No one, not even U.S. citizens, want to be doing this. If these immigrants are found and detained, there will be no one to work in those fields. There will be no one to work in those tomato fields and such. These people come here looking for a better life and they're exploited. Yet this bill will just scare them and will just hurt our economy in the long run. Thank you. Thank you so much for the input on the other perspective of this bill. Furthermore, knowing that this agriculture omnibus bill that is on immigration for their enforcement and labor laws is just one of the many that will be passed. Immigration is a very sensitive topic, and many people could relate to such travesties that go along with this. Therefore, it is one to decide and know who to vote to or not to have this bill passed. This bill, either way, will have or come in some sorts, and some of the things in the bill will be passed no matter what. Yet we can do all as a part that we help and we seek the most for this country and its people and its economy. Thank you so much, and this was the GMA News.